All right, let me get in here. Damn it. All right, so Nasdaq's up 1.5. Someone posted a video that someone did of Tesla that I thought was re-sparked my interest in Tesla, just as the giganto that it is. And I don't see what Riot's doing today. 52 to 57. Okay, 10%. Cool, cool. Let's see here real quick. Excuse me. All right, yeah, so Tesla had a 20% day yesterday. 1,000 bars to the right. That is ambitious. All right, so great. All right, so there's Tesla. The volume yesterday was pretty good. Volume the day before, a couple days before that was better. Dang, excuse me. And the question here is that guy's video accurate? So let me pull up his video in case anyone's still. Yeah, there we go. Come on, no one's in the market right now. I'm really sitting here by myself. Bunch of lazy bastards. All right, 1.5 for the NASDAQ. Let's see how this opens up in a minute or so. But see, it's no fun doing a live stream and then knowing being here. Lazy sons of bitches. Y'all lazy. Where's Ellie? Oh, he's not even on Slack yet. He ain't even up yet. Where's Rob? Rob's probably not even up yet. Oh, someone joined. I don't want to go into all this all by myself. It's no fun. Going down the Tesla rabbit hole again. All right, so Tesla's gapping up, opening at about 7. Check out MasterCard. I think that closed a little bit lower yesterday. Yeah, it did close a little bit lower. It's not quite jumping in yet. Oh, I was watching some. Oh, here we go. All right, Riot up 10%. Tilray, EXPI. Tilray, that's what I wanted to look at. Okay. Oh, wait, that's not. There's my actionable list. All right, so Tesla 5. Yeah, go away, you unperforming piece of garbage. 93% of memory? Jesus. No wonder it's so slow. Because I have no memory left. All right, looks like Nasdaq pulling down a little bit, only up 1% as this thing slowly closes. I mean, slowly closes. I'm trying to close. Let me close some other stuff down. I don't want to close Slack down. You ain't taking too much resources, Slack. Jared, you're here. Someone's here. Jesus Christ, I'm sitting by myself for 6 minutes. Everyone's lazy these days. Speaking of laziness, I think daylight savings time changes this weekend, so the market's going to open at 6:30. Eek. That's crazy. Looks like Tesla's going for it. I do need to get some Mo Tesla. And this motherfucker still hasn't closed yet. There we go. Jeez. Oh, Fidelity, you piece of garbage. What's DLS, Jared? My computer. My stupid computer's pissing me off. What the fuck? Oh, can buy 2 shares? You suck. Hold on. Um, yeah, it's a garbage PC, Jared. Oh, do you mean the audio sounds like a lagging PC? My microphone? All right, I think I may just restart my computer then. Oh, or my system. Okay, so my external sounds are going off. Yeah, I this thing is bad, man. Like I don't know what the hell's going on. It should be a damn good computer. Got a Threadripper, 3.5 gigahertz, 16, no, 12 actual cores, 32 gigs of RAM, dedicated video card. Like what the SSD NVMe? Like what the hell, man? This thing should be screaming, no issues at all. All right, does it still sound bad? I wonder if I can listen to myself on. Actually, I can if I do this. Actually, I can if I do this. All right, so we're back up. Let's see what our resources look like. Still a little high. No, I sound okay. Yeah, Firefox is killing me though. All right, so 0.89 for the NASDAQ as it comes down a little bit from a resistance line. Right blockchain, NIO, MVIS. NIO, I haven't really looked at NIO. NIO's got some pretty good numbers too. Morning, Ellie. Morning, Rob. Um, saw a saw a dude last night. Someone posted a video in Slack. The Brave browser. Well, I went Firefox. Yeah, it's okay. It hasn't been the best. Hasn't been the best. It doesn't use less memory than Chrome, which is what I was going for. But once you fully load all these browsers up, they drag unless you have infinite memory. You don't want to spend $700 to get infinite memory. Though I could. Though I could. Yeah, I know I'm familiar, Jared. All right, so Tesla coming down a little bit. All right, gentlemen. Now that there's actually people here, looks like I'm going to start my stream about 10 minutes late from now on. Um, Donkey Kong's doing good today too. Yeah. So let's yeah, what are some let's talk about yeah, I have the Brave browser. They've given me a bunch of BAT, but they never I don't know how to get it. You have to use BAT within the BAT ecosystem. You can't ever actually sell it. So it's freaking weird. Um so technically we're still in a correction. I mean, nothing's changed from that perspective. I do think that there's definitely going to be opportunities whenever we get back up into a normal market. It's hard to say exactly when that process starts. If you look at the NASDAQ futures, I mean, we're 50-50 right now. We're just hitting this trend line. We talk about resistance at the middle Bollinger Band, which we're not even quite to that yet. So we could roll over again later in the week or something like that. Tesla's had a big move up. Um, I'm looking at stocks, though, that are strong, like super high quality, like a known high quality. Strong meaning, haven't dropped very far. Like Donkey Kong's actually not a bad example. It undercut the 50-day, but closed well above it. Mastercard is basically in highs. Mastercards. So stuff like that is always good to go. Bigger market cap, the better generally. Yeah, basically a pretty big saucer handle thing going on there. So those are good. And then I did see a video on Tesla. I know I think I've Teslaed myself out over the past year? I guess since when did we start dropping? It was about a year ago. Yeah, it was over a year. So since a year we started dropping. And I saw a video on Tesla guy talking crazy Tesla prices again, but with some actual reasons behind it. I'll pull it up real quick for discussion. And I can't play the video. I mean, I could if you guys really want to watch the video, but I can give you the gist. So this is this gentleman's price prediction, and he has a YouTube channel. It's Warren Redlich, whatever. He's pretty good. I mean, he goes deep into these spreadsheets, super nerdy, which is great. If you're really into analysis, and he plays some clips of Elon on the Q4 conference call discussing how he thinks Tesla should be valued. Obviously, probably a fairly bullish scenario, right? And what he mentioned was they should talk about the total gigawatt hours that Tesla produces, and that they're on point to produce about 100 gigawatt hours in 2022 of Tesla batteries, and that they're going to be buying lots of other batteries, as much as they can buy from additional producers such as LG and Panasonic. And so he comes up with total gigawatt hours of 250 gigawatt hours for 2022, and he gives them a 60% growth rate, extrapolating that out. So that's some fairly simple math. If they can keep growing at 60% a year with a PE of 40, they sell at $40,000 a pack. And he goes into that. I think that's a little bit. He he says that that's fairly low because the average Model 3 and Model Y sell for about $50,000 or 55 or something like that. And but he's also including. There's a slide that I think probably is fairly important. Um, yeah, this is that it. Yeah, that's it. Um, I can't get this bigger on the screen. Actually, you know what? You know what? I can't. I'll just do this. Yeah, here we go. So this will get it bigger on the screen. Okay, so he's discussing the different Tesla products, their average cost per unit here, and then revenue in kilowatt hours here. And he says the average of these is about what the Model 3 is, about $650, and the average cost per unit is about $45,000 or $40,000. And that's going lower to the Powerwall and going higher to the Mega Pack and the Power Pack. Averaging all that together, you get to about this Model 3. So he's doing everything just based on the Model 3 at $40,000 per unit for 50 kilowatt hours. He says the Model 3 has 60 kilowatt hour battery. His model is over 50 kilowatt hours. Right here, 50 kilowatt hour packs. So he's trying to be a little bit conservative in everything, and he's talking about this growth exponentially. And this is what he comes up with. So long story short, this is just with selling products, this column here. This is with selling products, and this is market cap, just selling products. And this is market cap, this price to sales. So this is, okay, market cap in price to sales of 8 for Tesla, and this is market cap with price to sales of 40, and then profit with in billions, full self-driving at 30. So this takes full self-driving into account, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, so it gets a range in 2030 between 34,000 and 171,000 a share. That is the median case scenario. Basically, what Elon said should be happening for the next 8 years, 9 years, and with everything going good. And then he goes into a bearish scenario. So in this scenario, he's talking 34K to 171K, and the numbers are actually 68K and 343K, but then he divides them by 2 just to be conservative, and so that's those numbers. If anyone's still with me, and then he does talk about a bearish scenario where nothing goes right. Okay, I got a stupid Verbo video. How come I got? Man, YouTube is getting bad with these fucking ads, man. I'm telling you. Here we go. So there's this bearish scenario. Bearish scenario is 30,000 a pack, lower growth, lower FSD profit, and a PE of 20. That's what this model is based off of. So it goes from 34 and 171 to basically 8K and 14K. And then he has the super high growth scenario. Got much more fucking Verbo ads. And he goes into a very bullish scenario. Very bullish scenario here of oh wait, that's the other one. And we're gonna hit another ad after that. God damn, can I just skip all the damn ads? It does look like a cool toothbrush. Yeah, so that's 68 and 343. Okay. So based on this dude stuff, and he did a lot of work. Got to give him some credit for that. That probably took him several hours to put together. Um, but it's based on a couple of factors, and those are the factors that I have some questions about and was interested in discussing. So, does anyone give a shit about this or no? Just curious. The toothbrush look cool, Jared. Brushes all your teeth simultaneously. That could be really good. I actually have had a similar thought to that. I'm like, yeah, we should be able to plop something in our mouth, brushes all of our teeth really well. Did you see that, Jared? So, okay, good, because this was my discussion. Okay, obviously there's a few things that are good. So let's list the good. All right. So the good thing is his PE ratios are in line 20, 30, 40. Right. You want to do over voice Discord? Okay. Yeah, we can. You want to jump on? We can do that. Anybody else want to jump on voice Discord? No, let's do it. And then those that, yeah, if you guys want, that's gonna clog my system up more, but it's okay. Yeah, so let's jump on, and then you can't this morning. Okay, well you can listen and type, I guess. You want to jump on, Ellie? Yeah, I've only invited like a couple of people to this Discord, like four. So, and I haven't. I was thinking about making the switch over to Discord for the voice thing. Um, anyway. Okay, next. What do you mean? Yeah, I know. I'm saying I can invite you in. I don't mind, but I just haven't. I haven't put out like a general link or nothing like that. Okay, Rob. Well, I mean, this conversation can continue too, because I mean, in reality, Tesla is going to be the growth story for the next 10 years. All right. Well, oh, there's Ellie. Hey, what up? Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Okay, so I'm gonna go. Hello.
Yeah.
I got to do this and this. Okay, that's fine. I got to have my mic on and my streamer because it doesn't. Anyway. Okay, so I think the good with this is his PE ratios are good, 20, 30, 40. Obviously, the Tesla's PE ratio right now is like 150 million or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So it's got a super crazy good PE ratios are good. The pack price is pretty good. Maybe a little high. I didn't go into all the specifics. The gigawatt hour production, I think, is what may or may not be the kicker here. Um, my thing is, if you're looking at these, because I went back and looked at one of his other videos, and I need to do it again today, a little bit more in depth. But he had a price prediction that was already hit based on some similar metrics. It wasn't based on total gigawatt hours, but it was based on some other metric, and we already hit that. It was like 4,000, and based on pre-split values, I mean 900 times 5 is well over 4,000. So So we're good from that perspective. So he's on to something. Where are we at? Okay, so a gigawatt hour blat is the battery packs they produce, because Elon Musk was saying that we should value this based on the amount of battery packs that they produce, not based on how many cars, but based on battery packs, and that includes the power walls, the mega packs, and all that stuff. So that's what's included in here. And he said he's capable of doing 100, and they're planning on, going up at over 50. They said over 50% growth. Obviously, they can't nail a number down, but so that's what that's based on, is how many battery packs they produce. And they said they're going to do 100 gigawatt hours this year in 2021, I think. Forget that part. But in 2022, they said they should be doing, I think in 2022, they said they should be doing 100, and they're going to be buying some from other suppliers, and they should have about a 250 gigawatt capacity. I believe that's what Elon said. So these are Elon numbers right here, and then the growth rate is extrapolating based on 60% growth on this chart. So where we're at right now, so in terms of market cap, in 2022, you're looking at 1.6 trillion, which gives it basically a $1,600 share price, because they have like 111. So it's really close. Their market cap, just, their market cap in billions would be their share price. It's fairly simple. I wonder if Elon did that on purpose. So the PE is good. The gigawatt hours is suspect.
Why?
I'm wondering how many they can produce. And then the second thing I'm wondering is the law of large numbers. When does that come into effect?
I think he hit the law of large numbers right away. That's the problem of scaling he was talking about across everything.
You mean it 2022, or what do you mean?
Just from production. The scale they reach right now is already reached the level of large numbers.
You think so?
Yeah.
You mean from a price perspective, or because production obviously is low. They're not really producing 10 million cars. They're not even producing 1 million yet. But
why would you need 10 million cars?
Well, no. Well, this goes out to 2030. Their goal is to produce 20 million cars a year, like some of the bigger. And to get there, these are the scales that they have to be at.
Yeah, but that's like a linear scale. The question is, like, if we why are we talking about cars? Like, why can we talk about the just battery production? I think that's the number you want to focus on, because it goes into cars, it goes into the power banks, and in theory, if they can scale this up, they can just make money purely out of that, because they can sell batteries to everybody.
Well, that's the thesis of this whole thing. I'm just saying cars because I guess I'm used to it. But that's the whole thesis here, is battery packs. It's about packs. It's not about cars. He's using the Model 3 as a proxy, because I explained that earlier about the averages of the existing products. So if I say cars, I don't mean cars. I mean battery packs. Yeah. And so that may be why you're able to get to these larger numbers, is because you're probably right with with the cars, you're only gonna be able to produce X. But if they get to scale with the battery packs in the next year or two, you're right. Mega packs, power walls are probably going to get cheap. If power walls drop by 50%, they're going to be a big part of the market. I mean, I was looking at a power wall, I think like 11,000. If they come down to like 5,000, and for probably 60% more capacity, keep that in mind too, right? Is the way that they're going with, what is it, the 2460, whatever the battery cell that they're making is called. They're definitely going to be able to sell. So yeah, you got power walls, you got all those other ones. So
I think that what goes under the radar, and that's probably the reason why they cannot really scale battery production, is connected to the cobalt, right? And his pitch about moving to a different type of batteries. I think that part which stagnates that number. Like and that goes under the radar. Like, when are we gonna get cobalt-free batteries? Because that will define. Sorry.
Yeah, he's discussed that in Battery Day. It's not that cobalt's going away, but they're going to be changing it. They're going to use nickel a lot. They're going to use a lot of nickel, is what they're going to do. And they discuss that on Battery. I can't go fully into it right now. We can discuss that.
I know. But I'm saying, I think they're limited right now in capacity of the batteries. That's why it's similar idea of I know it's it's not a terrible analogy, but the same which happening with chips right now. Right, we have a limited supply, which is now is spreading across all of the industries. Like it's basically the demand is going up while the supply is stagnating because of the supply routes. That's a part which is hitting right now. AMD, Apple, like everybody, and cars as well because everybody jumped on electric cars back in like Baidu does their electric cars. every
Okay.
everything. So the same thing happening, I think, was the batteries. And the problem is if they cannot scale it, then I don't see hyper growth like in a matter of a year, basically.
Yeah, no, I know. Okay, so our suspect is supply, and that this could be of just raw materials and chips. I don't know who's making Tesla's chips, and I'm not sure where they get their. Yeah, that'd be something good to follow as well. Um,
Most of the chips are done by Samsung.
oh, Samsung. So I guess looking at
There's another,
Samsung's.
there's another one which is I feel incredibly stupid from getting out. I bought it at a good price. If you look at the chart of TSM, that's another the Taiwanese chip manufacturer. It's
Yeah,
it
Taiwan
just
Semiconductor.
it's just 45 degrees line which going for years.
Yeah, yeah, it's like the second largest chip manufacturer, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're freaking huge. Um, yeah, fair enough. Okay, so well, so let's okay, so we have supply. I guess so the gigawatt hour growth is limited by supply. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
And
So
and that's why I think they were not like you said that it's a great idea that they rotate and move to a new technology. At that time, it sounded that way, but more I'm thinking about it, more I'm thinking that they're actually limited by supply. They cannot scale on the current level, and that was one of the biggest like bearish concerns. Years ago when people were saying that Tesla never going to get to the thousand, that they're not going to be able to produce the batteries.
yeah, and now we're at like 5,000. So fuck all those guys. Um, so I mean, look, they're have they come out? I think they have already come out with concerns over chips. Tesla has, right? They've
Yeah.
already mentioned something about that. Okay, so well, let's. So how? I
They
guess
they stopped Fremont factory. They
yeah,
they stopped Fremont factory because they ran out of the chips.
yeah. So I guess the question is, how long is that going on for? You said about 6 months,
I don't think it's going to be, most likely summer.
4 to 6 months. Okay, so we're talking a current problem. We're not talking a future problem, correct?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So it probably what that does is maybe delays the next run. Maybe it does that, right? Maybe it delays the run for a few more months, the next start.
Yes. I don't. So that's the part which I think would be great to investigate. Basically, the idea how well they progress. First of all, check the supply of cobalt or whatever, and then look into how fast they can progress in building new factories for batteries, basically. Because that will actually will make that would actually make an exponential move if they can resolve it.
Oh yeah,
They
for
can
sure.
deploy everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would bring Tesla to like $10,000 of stock.
Yeah, which is this case in 2026 or so. They've got it at about 10,000. Um, without, and that's we're not even talking full self driving because keep in mind, full self driving for Tesla is pure profit.
Yeah, we don't
That's
even. No, I think I think the self driving is overrated. I think it's just to create hype for retail. But the real it's a similar with Amazon, right? Like at some point, everybody's like Amazon is online retail, and then they roll out AWS, right? And it's going to be similar kind of scale. It's going to be half of their business if
well,
they can scale it.
yeah, full self driving.
No, batteries.
Well, batteries is their business. That's what Elon was saying. He was saying that there's different ways to value the company. You can value it with the value of full self driving, or you can value it with with the amount of batteries we produce. Those were the two things he said. The robotaxi, I think, is like their long-term plan with full self-driving. I think that's really their long-term plan. Full self-driving ain't a joke. Like that is not
No,
a
no,
joke.
it's not a joke, but the knowing governments and regulations, it's a long ride. Like
Yeah,
we're
but
talking about 2030, basically.
yeah, well, those are hurdles. Those aren't necessarily, specific, roadblocks. They're not cutting off the road. There are going to be little hurdles, just like this supply thing, right? There's always going to be hurdles. We can agree with that. Like right now it's supply with chips, and maybe it's with cobalt and all these other things. But so I guess the question is, these numbers are somewhat valid. So maybe the question is just the time frame. Maybe the question is that, okay,
Yes.
we're not going to get. So these numbers obviously are assuming a fairly smooth 50-ish% growth rate. I would see the barriers to that growth. So the supply thing, well, Jared's saying it'll take about a year. He's thinking a year of supply issues. So maybe it takes 6 months, maybe it takes a year. So you can
Wait,
add,
wait. I think Jerry is talking about chip supply, which is totally different, and I wouldn't even take that in account. So, like the bet I would go with, and the focus of our discussion would be power production, right? The basically battery production. How fast they can scale it. Like I would just count on that graph, and that would give us the better hypergrowth because the self-driving is, I think, is irrelevant right now.
yeah, well, right now it's irrelevant, but I'm thinking, I think I said this a while ago too. I think they'll have it fully rolled out in 2023. I think is when they're going to have self-driving fully, probably robo-taxi sometime in 2023. 20 I mean there's still a lot of time in 2020. They're doing pretty good. Have you guys watched any of those full self-driving videos where the guys just take the cars out and just drive around? Just watch some white guy drive around in a car. With that, it's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. And they do a good job, so it's getting there. Um but not it's not good enough for robo-taxi though. You can't go A to Z, without intervention.
Yeah, I'm
That's
just afraid that that's less percent is going to take them more years than you expect. Like
it
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 feels that it's in the grasp of your palm, but it's not.
Yeah, no, I get the concern there, but anyway, if you look at the numbers on the chart, the left colored columns, that's without full self driving. That's just
Okay.
cars and or just packs. That's just packs.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So
would focus on that.
yeah, that's the range. I mean, always count on the low side of everything, right? That's pretty much a good way to go. But even the low side here is pretty fucking good. You got to admit, 2026 about 10,000 a share. You could argue by 2026. Um, I mean, I don't know too much about how many these. Okay, so actually it says right here, number of kilowatt hour packs producing 32 million. So that was another one of my question. At what point does the law of large numbers come into play with the battery packs? Like, can they move 20 million, 32 million packs, 52 million packs, 83 million packs? Like that seems like a lot of freaking packs. I mean, and yeah, some of it's going to be cars, some of it's going to be trucks, some of it's going to be power walls and mega packs. I mean, arguably Tesla has. Tesla's the leader in cars and industrial battery packs, from my understanding. So there's definitely a possibility, but can they sell that? Like, are those realistic numbers? Are those realistic?
Yeah.
Looking into 28, 29, 30, maybe that pushed out to 30, 31, 32, or 32, 33, 34. But dude, even just doing that, buying Tesla at about the $700, and then going up to potentially $70,000 in 8 years, like that's the fucking that's the trade. It's like, let's just buy Tesla, sit on our hands, and then we'll meet on a beach one day. if that's
I
if
mean,
that's
but I told everybody yesterday that I was buying. Like it's above 600. It was a bargain. Below 600 was a bargain.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't buy any below 600. I looked at it below 6, but I didn't pull any triggers. I guess in hindsight I should have, but it is what it is. 600, 700.
It's still fine. Like
I
it
know.
was really fun. It was really funny. I was talking to there's this girl. And she was like, "Oh, I bought the crypto when it was like 10,000. Now it's 30,000. Now it's like 40,000. The previous high, right?" And I'm like, "That's amazing." And then it dropped to 30. She's like, "Should I sell?" I'm like, "No, you should buy more. I'm buying every day." And she's like, "Yeah, but 30 is too much." I'm like, "It's gonna be 100." Like, and that's gonna be. And she's like, "It's gonna be too much as well." I'm like, "Okay, so are you gonna buy at 100,000 or are you gonna buy at 30,000?" And she's like, "I don't want to talk to you."
Dude, it's oh, that's so funny. It's so funny. I don't know. I my mind has been so wired to this whole investing thing that I think it's like normal. And then I talk to people, I realize I'm like, oh, guess it's not. I guess this is not normal at all.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. That's why whenever I'm talking to friends about buying, I really learn how retail thinks because they tell me exactly when what not to do.
Yeah.
Exactly, just opposite to what they are. Like yesterday, the guy hit me up. I recommended him to buy Neo, and he basically missed the window to sell it. And yesterday it bounced up, right? And I'm like, dude, sell it. Sorry, he texted me like, should I sell it? It's like only 15% down from where I bought it. I'm like, that's so bad. Like, no, like no, hold it. What are you talking about? But that's pretty much retail, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
As
Well,
soon as it bounced, sell it.
yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
purely
logic.
yeah, purely emotionally driven. Um yeah, I've got a newer guy in the power hour, and oh my gosh, the dude is every day I probably spend 10 minutes talking to this guy every day, and it's just he just comes in with the same rookie questions, and I'm trying to get him up to speed quick, right? Because that's kind of what I do. I'm like, okay, I can cut you through this bullshit. Just do what I tell you to do. And then he keeps coming in with rookie questions every day. I'm like, I need better questions from you, you know, because all the questions are the same, right? Those all the rookie questions are the same. The questions
Oh,
get more, huh?
the problem is like this, right? You have specific money, you go on the market, you buy high, you sell low, right? And you do this a couple of times. If you're not getting the scars and you keep on practicing, you start recognizing this like psychological pattern and you change. But most of the people cannot survive that. As soon as they
Yeah.
do like a few of
Oh
those
yeah.
buy high, sell low, they're
Yeah.
out of the market. They're like, market is stupid. I don't want to do it.
Yeah. Well, everyone thinks they're gonna. It's funny. People run it, and myself when I started too. You run to the stock market. You're like, oh shit, this is a great way to get rich. And then you're like, okay, I'm gonna take this money, and then I'm this all I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. I'm just gonna trade. And then you walk in and you think it's like buying a lottery ticket, and that's what I think people think it's like. They think it's like buying a lottery ticket. I'm like, that's actually I don't never said that before, but I think that's a good one, right? Because you think you buy a
Yeah,
stock and then you cash out at 1 million or 20 million or
yeah.
40 million, but no, you buy a stock and you make like $60, and then you have to do that 400,000 more times. It's I think that
Except those few lottery tickets which we're talking about, right? Except like Tesla, like if we
well,
if they
Tesla's a
can pull it
known
off,
lottery ticket. Like that's a different situation. We're thinking Tesla's Amazon, we're thinking Tesla's Apple, but likely it probably I was thinking about Tesla last night that Tesla is like Apple but with products that are 40 times as expensive. You know what I mean? Like eventually there'll be
yeah.
there'll
But
be enough Tesla products in enough people's hands. I mean, not everyone owns an Apple product. Let's be real. I think Apple's like
but
the number 3 smartphone manufacturer or something like that. So, but the people that own Apple will own Tesla at 40 times the entry price. And that's just for the car. That's not including all the other businesses that you get for free. It's like a fire sale a little bit. And that's not including full self-driving. So I was thinking about, I'm like, okay, so let's say Apple's worth $1 trillion. Can Tesla be worth 40 trillion? Like it seems ridiculous. The numbers. I need to do some work on this. I don't know when I'm going to find the frickin' time to do it, but um, if it is the Apple of cars and all this other stuff, like, can it be worth 10 times Apple, 20 times Apple? Like, is it going to be a freaking market cap company of, because like his numbers on the right are market cap, 8 trillion market cap, 12 trillion, 20 trillion, 50 trillion, like those just seem.
So I think my assumption is that I think they can. If they can pull it out new type of batteries and create global supply, they can definitely take over the market. Like basically like entire not just car manufacturing, right, but the entire battery market production as well, which is huge. Like I
Yeah,
think that the same analogy I was making was Amazon, right? Like Amazon, everybody was thinking that it's retail, and now Amazon is hosting provider, right? Like nobody thinks about it, but it's a huge amount of business. It's half of the business. So and it's not
yeah,
taking into consideration that it's constantly growing hyper business because everybody's getting online and everybody needs services. So it's a similar
yeah,
idea. Like
yeah,
they're selling travels.
yeah. No, no, I agree with that. It's not a problem, but I mean, Tesla basically kind of gives away their technology, so there will be competition with similar types of technologies. And Tesla needs all their batteries. They're not selling any of these extra batteries. They're using every single one. So it's all.
That's what I know.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, maybe one day, maybe one day, but I don't think Elon doesn't want to take customer specific orders. Elon just wants to build shit. He doesn't want to say, okay, I'm going to build you AA batteries out of this stuff and sell them to Duracell. Like
But
I don't
he's
think.
not building batteries anymore. He doesn't care about that part. Like he's not building Teslas anymore as well. Like he's giving this business away and he's working on SpaceX and whatever, right? But if he can pull off like the scale of batteries, even for Tesla production, then he's still going to be below everybody else in the market. He's going to be suffering from the supply shortage.
Yeah, yeah. In the short term, I'm just thinking big term. I'm I'm just thinking big term. I mean, we all know Tesla's a big opportunity, and I look at these numbers and I'm like, it's just a no brainer. Like in the bigger picture, Tesla is a no brainer, and I'm wondering, okay, these numbers are insane, but at the same time, if anyone's been in the market more than 5 years, Apple at $1 trillion seems insane, and they got to two. So I mean, if they're going to have if they're going to have revenues of $500 billion, I mean, they're going to surpass Walmart in 3 years. From a revenue perspective, which is crazy. Which brings in the valuations of multiple trillions of dollars. And it's if that's the case, and we do live in an Elon Musk future, which we pretty much are on that path, then I think some of these numbers are attainable. 68,000 in 2030, maybe 2035 or something. But like, and keep the other thing too is there's like a limited supply on shares. Like if you look at Tesla's volume, even on this drop, it looks small, right? Like on Tesla's volume, no one's selling these shares. The people that are selling, um, they're easily getting, like if you look at Tesla's chart, look at the correction on the volume. It's so pitiful. Like, so I'm just saying there's limited supply, which could ramp that up, just from that perspective. So I don't know, but the gigawatt hour production, I think, I think that is the ticket. Full self driving is like a free add on bonus, right? And then are they
Yeah,
going to be?
that's my case. I
Yeah.
agree with you. The case of that guy, I actually totally agree that I think this is a dark, no, not a dark side, but it's an invisible side, which actually is going to be a driver.
Well, they have plenty of it. Not too many people at least talk about their power pack and their mega pack. And Elon has said in the past it's going to be that business is going to be as big as the car business. So these total gigawatt hours doubling like that, once they get to capacity with battery production, which arguably will take another 2 years, you would say. I mean, yeah, you're going to get within 2 years you may double the full business. So while the cars are maybe growing, well, it's about he said, and he's talking about battery pack growing at over 50% a year. But I was talking to my wife last night, and I was like, one thing I would like to see out of Tesla, we need new gigafactories. We need announcements of new gigafactories because we're going to have Berlin open up. We're going to have Texas open up. And then what after that?
Didn't they had some issues with opening Berlin?
They did.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but that's still that ain't gonna stop Elon from doing new bat. Well, the one thing it said on battery is they're gonna get I think 8 times the production out of a gigafactory. So maybe they're holding off on that because they're gonna have 4 producing gigafactories. So in equivalent, if you multiply that by 8, if those equivalencies are accurate. Because remember, I think initially
Mhm.
he said he was going to need 100 gigafactories to do what he wanted to do to make to 10 million or 20 million cars. This was years ago. If you take that
Mhm.
into account, that you have 8 times the amount of capacity in a gigafactory, fully packed, right?
Mhm.
So then you already have 24, 20. He's already built essentially 24 gigafactories, if that's the case. And they're all running that new model that he announced on Battery Day. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if we can get more data on this and build the timeline of purely building batteries and capacity, I think that that would give us a better timeline.
All right, well, let's do that. You ain't doing nothing. Get to work.
Mm,
Start Googling. Let,
okay. I'm gonna do more research Sunday.
Someday or Sunday?
Sunday
Uh huh. What day is it? Wednesday. What are you doing? What are you doing between now and Sunday? What are you
work.
doing? You ain't got no
Some
work.
people. Well, I have so much. You don't need that now. I'm on call right now.
Yeah, you're on call, so do
So
some damn research.
okay, I'm gonna try.
Do you guys hear the motivation in Ellie's voice right there? I motivate
No,
people.
no,
Okay, I'm a motivational speaker.
I really want to do it. I think that that could be a game changer.
No, I mean,
I want to do that and chip supply research because chip supply research is definitely those two things going to be a huge. That's another thing which is a problem right now on tech in tech stocks.
is the supply issue? Is it just so much demand? Is that what it is?
It's both, but the supply lines are interrupted because of the COVID, and so basically there should be some research in like when Taiwan is planning to reopen, the vaccine distribution in Asia, what the China is doing when they're opening their supply lines. It's not an easy task. I just need to find other people doing the work for me.
Yeah, I guess the question is how long is that gonna last, and is it gonna push this stuff out a year or so? God, there's so many good questions to answer, but like I was talking at numbers with my wife last night about because she has an all Tesla account. Her account's just Tesla. Like she
Hmm.
has a Roth IRA with nothing but Tesla. I'm like, okay,
Hmm.
we need to get more into that Tesla account, which she has been resistant to in the past year, which has been weird. But anyway, I show her this video, which she never watched. This is a thick video too, like it's super thick. If you watch it, it's just throwing shit at you left and right. And
Okay, so
she's like, let's do it. Because I mean, we're looking at numbers well into the millions. Like just with what we have right now, that's not even adding like a bunch of additional cash. That's not even adding a bunch of additional cash. Just with shares, not even with options, not even with options. So I got to bail, but I was looking at these numbers. He was saying share price of 2023 of this is the wrong one. So one of these said $5,700. If you stock shit out 5,700 in 2023, it's like 3,000% for an option into 2023 right now,
mhm.
with the depressed Tesla price, mind you. But you'd have to hold for 2 more years because it's a March option for 2023. So it's a little bit nerve wracking to hold that, but I don't know, I almost rather just buy the Tesla stock. But
Yeah, I
that
think buying Tesla stock is a way to go, especially at this prices.
Yeah, yeah, it's yeah. So yeah, we got to do more research on this and just really get our T's crossed and our I's dotted, just to get a good feel. Like you said, the supply issues. I don't think the cobalt thing's going to be a major problem because they're moving towards the nickel solution, and they have an iron
No, but
solution.
they're moving, but the question is when, like, yeah, when they can solve it, because it's a problem. That's all I'm saying.
So yeah, okay.
Like,
So here's the beautiful part about being us. Okay, here's the beautiful part about being us. We have charts.
uh,
Do you understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
We have charts. So if someone else sees it, we'll see it when they start buying. Boom, mic drop. Charts rule.
uh, they could be. You know how people are buying, right?
Well, yeah, but if I get a big ass volume spike out of nowhere, that's a pretty, if I get a nice pocket pivot,
Why
I'm
would
like,
somebody buy with a huge spike? I think that's secondary
because they know
investors who does it.
something. Because they know
Institutions,
something.
yeah, institutions are buying slowly, and they even provoke the shakeouts. It can even go down on stuff just because they want a
Yeah,
lower
but
price.
look, they can't hide this. They can't hide this right here. They can't hide all the buying pressure. Continual buying pressure is consistent. Like they can't hide
Okay,
any of
sure,
this. They can't hide that.
sure.
No, no,
Well,
I
you
agree.
need to make sure that you look in the right place then.
What? Where would the right place be?
And I'm saying that the list of stocks which are going to be affected by this idea.
Oh, so you're saying look at their suppliers?
Yeah, we need to look at the suppliers,
All right.
and we need to look at the parts
Yeah.
and
No.
where. Yeah, okay,
Okay. So let's put a list together of part suppliers. Probably won't be a very
okay.
large list, but it'll be a list. Um, Someone mentioned PLL. Someone bought PLL. Who bought PLL?
I bought PLO and then I sold it, and then I looked at it going up. Amazing.
No, I think he says like Tesla bought PLL or something.
Really?
That's what Rob said. Rob said, Jared, you said Tesla bought PLL. He said, yes, they bought PLL last year, I believe, in February. Did they actually buy? All right, I'm gonna Google that. Then I gotta run. Um, Tesla buys. What's PLL called? I don't know if PLL gonna. Maybe that's a thing. Maybe I can just Google that. They signed a deal with Tesla. I knew about a deal they signed. Agreed to supply Tesla Nevada battery factory with 160,000 tons per year of spudamine. I'm just gonna call it spudamine because that's fun. No, I think they're still their own thing, but they just have a deal with Tesla. But that's going to be a long haul thing as well. Now, if they were bought by Tesla, they would be off the exchange.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, all right, I got to bounce. but but yeah, I mean, I think that's super cool. Um, do some research, but yeah, that just may be the play. Long Tesla, trade around with a few options during super bullish activity, and that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. All right, guys, I'm bouncing. Ellie, good chat. Thank you, sir. Dude, do some work.
Wow. I have
Do
more managers. No, thanks.
you have more monitors now?
Managers.
Oh, managers. Hell
I
yeah.
have I have
Your
my wife, Randy, and two guys at work.
your
Thanks.
performance review is coming up, and
Uh,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. This just water cooler,
okay.
just stuff. I'm hearing Rob say it, Bless saying it, Jared saying it. I'm just saying. Get your shit together.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Okay. Have a good day.
All right, you too, man. I'll see you guys. Bye.